Hello everyone, I am a monk. Today I will tell you a story about the Legend of Tu Lai, love, sacrifice, and enlightenment. The young man was truly poor beyond words. His only possession in life was his elderly mother. It took a long time before someone gifted him a hammer as a token of gratitude for saving a drowning child. With the hammer he took his mother to the mountains, found a cave, and made a straw bed for her in a cool, breezy spot. This gave him great peace of mind. Every day he would gather firewood to exchange for rice at the market, and despite having little money, he managed to buy meat for his mother to eat. His name, Tu Lai, not only became synonymous with filial piety, but people also called him a hero because he often helped the local people with whatever misfortune they encountered. Living in the mountains, people offered him large sums of money to capture gentle wild animals like deer, monkeys, martens, rabbits, etc. Tu Lai refused because he was a devout Buddhist who would never kill any living creature, no matter how small. Not only did he not capture them, but he also loved them. So over time, they became accustomed to him and would often come near where he and his mother lived. The cave became a joyful place, with wildflowers blooming on both sides and bird nests close by. On bright moonlit nights, his Buddhist mother and he would sit and weave dry grass into coats for the winter. However, it had been raining continuously for 6 days, and the rice supply in the cave was running low. He worried about what would happen if the rain didn't stop. When the weather finally cleared, Tu Lai, overjoyed, bid his mother farewell for the day and went to his usual spot to chop wood. From a distance, he saw the silhouettes of 3 young women. Noticing him, they left for another place. As he was preparing to work, he was shocked to find a sparkling hairpin lying askew beside a rock. Not thinking of anything else, he quickly picked it up and ran after the 3 young women to return it to them. They looked at him with respectful eyes. However, the hero could not repay kindness with rice money, as his fame was well known. But from that time on, occasionally, someone would bring white rice and delicious meat to his mother's cave when he was out chopping wood, until one morning, while he was still half asleep, a fairy appeared beside him. It was unclear whether she had descended from heaven quickly or slowly, but she was indeed a fairy, because she was extraordinarily beautiful. She wore a sea blue voan that lightly covered her body, and her green hair was adorned with fresh flowers. Tu Lai felt awkward in his humble clothing. Suddenly sitting up, he asked, "Who are you? Why are you here?" "I am the one who dropped the hairpin the other day, which you kindly returned." At home, I reflected, wealth and luxury are not true happiness. Being close to a virtuous person assures a meaningful human life. Despite being wealthy, with abundant possessions, losing my parents and husband, and having only my 2 children left, I've come here wishing to follow you, hoping you won't reject me. I offer to serve your elderly mother and assist you in your studies to achieve fame and virtue, benefiting the world. If you stubbornly refuse, I will regret that your talents and virtues remain buried in this deep cave. Her voice was so clear and gentle, like a flowing stream or the call of a bird, speaking with sincere earnestness. The story was so unexpectedly touching. Each word she spoke seemed to pour directly into the hero's ears. Tu Lai was as if in a dream, thinking, "Is this a dream or reality? Is she real or a ghost?" Suddenly he looked serious and said, "I see you as a righteous person blessed with wealth due to good deeds in past lives. As for me, a poor man, how could I be worthy of you? And in my opinion, a widow should honor her husband, raise her children, and teach them to be good people, true to the meaning of humanity. More importantly, I still have my elderly mother. If I were to start a family, my love for my mother would be divided. You have young children. If you started a family, your love for them wouldn't be whole. My mother needs me to be happy, and your children need you to live. Therefore, I advise you to return home to your children and end this story. If you fear my talents and virtues will fade, if I truly possess such virtues as you say, even the animals in the deep forest need them for protection. Thus, having virtues means they can be used anywhere. The fairy flew away, and although the sky had been clear, it suddenly darkened, leaving the hero feeling uneasy. But he soon cheered up, feeling victorious. Yet, inexplicably, more extraordinary events continued to happen to this poor man. One day, a stranger in panic presented a bright gold bar, saying, "Dear hero, I offer you this small gift, asking for a favor. If anyone asks tomorrow whether a group of people pass by here, please say, yes. It's just you and me here. No one else knows about this. And even saying just yes won't matter." After saying this, the person left the gold and ran off. Tu Lai hadn't had time to think, but quickly picked up the gold and ran after the person, insisting, No, take your gold back. I cannot comply with your request. I am a Buddhist and can never engage in deceitful actions. A word of honor is worth more than thousands of gold, but a word is even more valuable than life itself. If you threaten my life with thousands of gold, or use your power to harm me, making me lie, I'd rather die than break the Buddhist precepts. Saying this, Tu Lai left the gold and ran straight away. The hero's reputation spread far and wide like a cool, unintentional breeze blowing from the deep forest into the royal palace. King Aduk, curious to test him, sent people to abandon the woman and her children in the hero's cave, actually servants of King Aduk. After several tests, the king, envious of Tu Lai's virtues, ordered someone to kill the hero. "I am here by the king's order to kill the hero," said the executioner, holding a shining sword. "Oh, that's very kind of you. I'm grateful you're willing to rid me of this sinful body, but I have one last request for my elderly mother." The executioner was surprised by Tu Lai's calm demeanor. "You are innocent. The king, out of jealousy, sent me to harm you. Don't you resent the king?" "No, I don't resent him but pity him for his many misdeeds. Before I die, I pray to Buddha for the king to develop a compassionate heart and turn towards good deeds." The executioner bit his lip, blushed, and lifted his sword high above Tu Lai's head. But the sword slowly descended and slid back into its sheath. The next morning, King Aduk himself went to the hero's cave, waiting all day to meet him. The king respectfully said, "As king, it's a pity I've only now recognized the talent within my realm. The country is in turmoil, and I hope the hero will join my court to attend to state affairs, benefiting the people." Tu Lai declined several times, but after the king's repeated requests, he promised to respond in 7 days. Over 7 days, the king visited 3 times, each time sending envoys to inquire. Tu Lai consulted his mother, who advised, "Currently, the country is in chaos. The king is frivolous, brutal, and harsh on his people, causing widespread resentment. They even call the king Chien da la Aduk, the fierce king like a butcher. The court is filled with sycophants. Outside, the king is cruel, children are rebellious, wives unfaithful, husbands disloyal. Morality is nearly lost. All evil thoughts and actions are combined, leading to rampant banditry. Now, if you take this opportunity, you can use Buddha's teachings to transform the masses, hopefully salvaging human hearts and restoring peace to mankind." Following his mother's advice, Tu Lai went to the court, and King Aduk named him Kwok Bu, national treasure, honoring him. Kwok Bu first enlightened the king with the 3 refugees and the 5 precepts, transforming him. Not long after, King Aduk became an enlightened ruler, changing his policies to govern with virtue rather than cruelty. As a result, the people revered the king, who was then named Thich Ka Aduk, the compassionate king. The king honored virtuous and filial people, punished the licentious, banned extravagance, gambling, hunting, and completely prohibited alcohol and prostitution. The elderly and sick were well cared for, every household worshipped Buddha, and monks were respected. Anyone breaking one of the 5 precepts was expelled from the country. Thus, before long, the nation returned to peace and tranquility. The story ends here. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel to help me be motivated to make more videos.